Well, let's go over and see how we're doing now that we made all those changes and see what fantastic success lie in store. Oh, Cwap. Well, hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Pocket Captains Plays Pixel Starships. Well, I started making some of the changes I talked about in the last episode. Things were going along tickety-boo, and I'll be honest with you, that first night afterward, everything was great. I had a 50-50 split. I won a battle in defense, they surrendered. I won a battle, they surrendered. Everything was great. And then the next day came. Well, I showed you the results. I have to be honest with you, it's very, very discouraging. You spend that time, you put the work in, and then somebody hands you your butt. That was the pictures of me having my butt handed to me. Now at this point, it's easy to go, ugh, this game is so frustrating. And it's also discouraging to realize you're not half as clever as you hoped you were. So here we are thinking to ourselves, what do I do? Do I quit? Do I give up? Or do I tear them a new one? Well, that means it's back to basics. Let's go back to head-to-head. So what we'll do is we'll take this ship through a head-to-head and we'll find out exactly what happened. We're going to find out what I did wrong because it's my fault if I'm not winning, not their fault. They're doing a good job winning. Nobody cheated. I just didn't do as good enough job. So let's go ahead and see where I went wrong and then try to figure out a way to rock, paper, scissors, a solution to the issues that came to confront me. So hang on a minute. We'll show you what happened. Now, here's the Japanese guy. Again, great. I assume it's Japanese, not Chinese. Great ship. Look how big it is. I have no idea what class it is, but it looks like it's way bigger than mine. He's concentrating entirely on my anti-aircraft room, and he's launched fighters. Simple design. You can see the fighters coming at me from the bottom. He's just pummeling, but look at all the stuff he has. It looks like his ship is enormous. And I go down in seconds. Azuraya. His approach is slightly different. He's concentrating on the medical room in the front. A little bit of the anti-aircraft, but definitely the medical room, and he's beaming in guys to do his support. And I'm running around, once again, doing a Benny Hill. I did not do a good enough job defense. He's also getting my robot room. So he's trying to cut down on my repairs. I'm not really doing any damage to him at all. I haven't even broken through his shield yet. And I'm going down far and fast. In fact, his shield is actually repairing. That's how badly it's going. And all my guys are just running around trying to fix the med bay. So the med bay is probably a weakness. So's the robot room, but I'm not ready to give it up yet, but it definitely needs some better armor. This is nicely one of the longest lasting battles. Most of these are very bursty battles. They're just hitting me really fast and hard. I'm not doing enough damage fast enough. Another Japanese maybe? I'm so sorry. It's Hydra. I'm going to call him Hydra. Now he's coming in. He's very clever. He's rushed the teleporter and he's going straight for my reactors. Watch this. Bing, bing, bing. Reactors are going down. No reactors, no power. I'm dead in the water, and he's just hammering away at my plasma room. He picked a weapon, and again, I don't know what level the ship is, but it feels like it's many levels higher than mine. But that teleporter rush is a good idea. Hats off to him. Atepma? I'm not sure what language that is. He's now hammering away too. He's got a combination teleporter attack as well. And he's going for my medical room. No idea where they're getting all their power from to support a teleporter and fighter bays. But it's definitely, he's outclassed me. Tarika is, I think it's a bigger ship than mine too. No, it looks like we have the same points, so I guess he's the same size, same class. Again, going for the robot room, hammering away at that, really hitting it hard, and I didn't have enough armor there, so that's got to be a weakness that I have to address. Me, I'm actually through the shield at least. I'm actually doing some damage, but not as much as he's doing. I mean, he's just doing a great pew-pew on that one room. I can't seem to even get a missile off. So this is a very poor showing on my part. And that's it for the battle. So, that did not go so well for me, and I've already been tinkering with the design a bit. You'll notice that my medical room is gone. That's my lesson learned. It seems like, even though I'm only drawing one power, it's power I can't afford to lose, it isn't helping enough. I think you'll also find that I've moved my robot rooms side by side. I'm beginning to tank them up a little more. This is early days for this armor. I've got to save up some more money for it, but I'm really buckling them in so that they could do the maximum defense possible. Now, what was I trying to do last time? What did I look at? Shield killing capability. I wanted a shield killer. This is one. And I've begun converting the machine gun into the other shield killer. The idea was going to be that they would fire their full blast while my shields were up. Then, when the shield of the enemy was down, power off completely. That would give me back 5 points of power that I could put into something else. So that, I think, that was something I kind of worked out after I did the last show. So I'm going to fully power these at the beginning, whatever else is going on in my ship. Those two, which will be this little mini shield killer room and the big PD room here, they will both be ramped up to maximum power, and they're going to be filled with rushers. They're going to hit that shield as hard as they can. And then as soon as the shield is down, power down, let the lasers do their jobs. I might even power off the lasers at the beginning, like these mining lasers, until the shield is down from these shield killers. Or the plasma. I mean, there's no point firing them into the shield if the shield's not down. I've now switched the target of all my weapons to the shield generators. I'm thinking it's maybe not a great idea because these shield booster rooms, and I put one on my ship, simply because it's a draw. The system thinks that this is a shield and this is a shield, and me hitting all the power into shield booster is not taking the shield down. It's not making any kind of a real difference. I have yet to do a change where I set the crew to not repair the ship as long as it's over 50% hit points. I was going to add that and say, you know what? Your guys are rushing up before the robots can get there. That's extremely annoying. I've got robots. Let them do their job. You stay in the rooms. One, it's really hard for them to beam in and take these rooms with all these crew. I mean, I got poison gas killers and other things in these rooms. Plus, they add an extra pew-pew, so as long as the ship's being repaired by the robots, there's no need for them to run around and do the Benny Hill. And if another guy is boarding and they're running from room to room, eventually they will come across these guys and they will stop them cold. Haven't quite got to that point yet because I'm not sure. It's a big change, changing all those AIs, and I wanted to really think it through. I was going to mix in neutral rooms, like bedrooms, in amongst these, and I had done that at one point, but it didn't seem to work out. What I did decide, though, and I was going to put charges like landmines into the neutral rooms in between these. So when they ran from room to room, they would detonate a room without people in it, but on the way from one to another. But what I did decide to do after I saw the teleporter rush into the reactor rooms is that on top of the cement blocks I've got, there's one mine in each one of these rooms. So now if they beam directly into, I got one in the workshop if they're on their way through to the elevator. It'd be fun if they stood waiting for the elevator and they blew up. But otherwise, these rooms are not occupied. I don't have anybody in them. So if a mine detonates in these rooms, the collateral damage will not hurt my crew. It will hopefully slow down that teleporter Zerg, into my reactor room that shut my power down so completely, so quickly. Is it enough? I wish the charges were a little bit more powerful than that. I got me just 2 regular landmines. They're not even C4, but I looked and I thought I had C4. Don't do that. I thought I had C4 somewhere. But when I was working on the iPad the other day, it just didn't jump off the page at me. Of course, I'm going to start making C4 as soon as I can. So I got regular landmines, these bigger charge mines, but no C4. So I guess I'm rebuilding, or maybe I upgrade to better mines using what I had. Now, add junglers and scarlets. That I have done. But as you can see, my missile rooms have a ways to go before they're top drawer. In fact, looking at that again, 500,000 gas. I was saving up for it, but again, I've had a losing streak of battles. But I did get so far as putting them on, and they are built at roughly, there's 32-41, not exactly a 50-50 split, but that was the idea. And I had a logic, and I kind of tinkered with it, I'm not quite done with it, that said, if there's crews in that room, fire the junglers. Saving some junglers and going all in for the burning. But that's on my plan of things to look at. Let's see. There's no longer anybody in my shield room when I start the battle. They're not even close. They do tend to target my shield room a lot, and they tend to target with them Scarlets. You'll notice I got a much better fire suppression system in this room now. 1 cement block, 1 fire suppressant, no more mines. The idea is put out the fires if they attack it. I kind of noticed that they put quite a bit of fire into this room. Unfortunately, it's so small, you cannot fit a second thing in that room. So it's got to be either block or sprinklers, but I can't do both unless, of course, it's a research option that I haven't got to yet for greater room modularization. That's a fun one to say. Modularization. So, what room can I take off? I know, I'll just take these off. Just to remind myself. I actually had something in these rooms, and I ended up, they had engines there. I experimented with engines. That did not go like I'd hoped. So I ended up taking them off the ship again. There's the lab. Hello, lab. Research. Saving up for research. Yeah, I don't see the room modularization option. I mean, that's 1,000 Starbucks to do that, which I could afford. There's some missiles. There's a Scarlets, which I'm saving up for, because if I'm doing a Scarlet attack, I kind of need that. But, straight fighters. Haven't quite got there. I'm actually doing not badly on my research, though. I was anyway. But we're not giving up on these battles. We're not going to say we can't win them. But I do have to save up some material somehow. I'm not there yet. Oh, I didn't put the bio back on. Well, that's slowing me down. That was actually a mistake. A bio mixer? You are on my ship. Because it does help to at least recover a little bit of gas. Maybe even more important than those gas miners I had on. You know what? Put it over here. Just for giggles. There. All right. So we got mining, we got minerals. I still want to emphasize minerals because I still want to upgrade all this armor plating. I still want to upgrade the elevator. It takes a lot of minerals to get that done. So, I'll have to put these back on too, but I need a bigger ship. Where were we? Shield booster. I've added it on. Not so much to boost the shield because, well, I don't know. It might help. I haven't got that far yet. It's taking 2 points. I'm hoping it'll be a sucker target. Something to draw fire away from my main shield. Maybe my shield will stay up a little longer. So, I had a check mark saying for sure the healing room next to the shield room should change. But now that I got all my crew on the second floor, what do I need a healing room for? And it was a draw to fire and I couldn't armor or defend it very well. So, bye-bye. The battles were over too quick for anybody to heal anyway. I got rid of the hangar, but seeing that last battle, they seem to concentrate very heavily on a combination of teleporter attack and fighters. I have no idea how they powered their missiles and they've powered their lasers. Some of them were really powered up and I haven't got any more power to squeeze out. I certainly can't power all those things. So maybe it's because they don't have the shield busters that I do. Maybe the approach is you don't use the shield busters. I mean, the teleporter, the missiles do not use shield. They don't worry about shields at all. They go straight through. A shield Zerg attack and a missile attack on key locations could maybe do just as an effective job at taking down a shield, and then just fire away and don't use the shield busters. Take them off the ship and don't power them. So, and now of course I got the robot rooms on the same side of the elevator because it used to be they were on the opposite side and my guys they were always waiting to get up in the elevator. So now they're next to the shield room either side. Now I want to say, by the way, the engines were taken off. That didn't work out so well. It was a big power draw, but it was also a big target. So no win for me there. But what I did is I finally eventually figured out how to get these guys. I'm going to take this off the ship for a moment. to split their jobs. That was not an easy figure. And where is the... It's probably right in front of my nose. There it is. No. I don't want stats. Go away. There. This one here, set to dearest items. This one here, set to cheapest items. Now, I used to set it to best, crew killing capability or what have you. For whatever reason, the AI doesn't take that into consideration. That seems to be the best I could do to differentiate. And I would like to differentiate further to say, look, if they don't have a teleporter, don't even bother with the dearest items. Everybody go cheap. You have all repair. But what happens now is this one will produce repair droids. This one will produce defender droids. The defender droids do actually do a fairly reasonable job of defending the ship. Unfortunately, they've also been a really good target for the enemy, and I haven't actually managed to launch one in the last few battles. Now, what's going on here? How come I went for a night where I was actually drawing out 50-50 and I didn't even lose a battle? It was just 50% win and 50% they surrendered, to getting a pasting by what were clearly much better ships than I have. Well, first, that means I have to step up my game. But how did that happen? Well, my friend Eric thinks that they've been messing, or I don't want to say messing, it's the wrong word, tinkering with the matching process. And it's a little better now, which means they're trying to match up ships in a more efficient way. But I think the effect is that they're sending over ships that are, well, they always seem to be winning. And so for me to program, I like program using ships, using my experience in AI to make a better ship, it's very discouraging because whatever ship I design, whatever I come up with, they seem to, beat me. Maybe the matching process is just a little too vigorous. Does that mean, and I'm afraid of the answer, if I always go on the attack down, does that mean I'm always going to win? Well, let's put it to the test. Let's take this crappy little ship that I have here with the redesign and send it out into battle. Let's see if I win. Look at this. By the way, did you see some of the design patterns on those ships with the tentacles? Brilliant. He's level 10. Wealthy lore. Let's attack. He's level 10. I'm level 9. Theoretically, he should beat me into the ground. He's got fighters, double shield busters. My shields are still up, his are down. I'm hitting his shield room. Hitting it pretty hard. Over at my house, the shields are still up. He's hitting my reactor. The repair robots are doing their jobs. They're heading over. Now so's my crew. I didn't want my crew to be involved in this yet, but I haven't programmed that, so it's hard to argue with it. And see, this ship, in my opinion, based on those last few battles, it doesn't appear to have been good enough to win a battle. But look at that. I'm just going in and I'm winning. Now, is that because should I feel good and say, wow, I've got a great ship? Or should I be thinking the matching process is maybe a little, skewed toward aggressive attack and not so much defense? Like, I took barely a hit point for that. 1 minute to repair. So I'm examining all those possibilities and I'm starting to wonder, build missiles. Build. Well, hopefully they're building, aren't they? Aren't they automatically building? How many do I need? I thought they would automatically build when I was done, or does it need a bridge for that? We'll do that. Oh, that's right. I have to hit the little ammo button. That's probably what's going on. Now they know what to do. They're all rearming. So, but on the other hand, I think that's the first battle I've actually fought in a while, so I felt very satisfied. I went in, did my thing, and left. Does that mean, okay, from now on, no more defense, I'm all offense, and every day I will fight until I doubt this will work, but you fight until your baskets are all full, and then you call it a day, and you know you're going to lose. You save it up, you do a trade for 500 gas swap, or whatever you swap, knowing that you're going to be like, your buckets are empty, but you're going to lose through the night when you're sleeping, but you're not really going to lose anything. It's not quite the same. I don't think I want to give up on my defensive options quite so easily. But I'll be honest with you. Oh, and I didn't even borrow crew members. I didn't even borrow crew members from my fleet. Let's see if that's just... I was just experimenting. I think I am intrigued by the idea of... I went all pew 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 on this ship, but maybe I won't go pew 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 at all. Maybe it's all sneaky behind the shield kind of stuff with fighters and teleporters. I mean, I certainly have enough urgent guys here, rushers. We'll grab this guy. Rush command. I got lots of people with the rush command. If I put a teleporter on the ship and I scattered them and say along, the guy had like a row of them all lined up, and all of them were designed to run to the teleporter, pop their rush, and then the next command I'm sure was, and go to a reactor. Any reactor. The thing is, they didn't just go to a reactor, they stayed there. They didn't actually move to the next reactor. But it could be they were popping in so fast they didn't have time to leave. But it was kind of neat. They went there and they stayed there. Normally when you use the shield trick to do that, they all try to go to the same reactor and pile in. But maybe if that room was full, they automatically went to the next one. Oh, and then they stayed there because they'd already picked their reactor. That's possible. They simply couldn't go to the first one, so they went to the next one automatically because it couldn't be done. Something to experiment with, but the idea of shield rushing the reactors was a very, very smart idea. Then he went on with his fighters to continue to hammer away at the ship, and then they concentrate all their fire on the plasma cannon, I think it was, or the PD cannon. So if I do that, if I do take down their shields immediately with the reactor rush, do I need a shield buster? More importantly, can I get more power if I drop these weapons altogether? There are ideas. This wasn't a bad little design. It's certainly showing signs of coming along, but it isn't the powerful ship I wanted. That shield rush was a powerful ship. They took me quickly, and I have similar crews. I could do that, I'm sure. I could build that technology. So I'm asking you guys, what do you think? Should I continue to try to finesse this design, or should I go ahead and look at a shield rusher? Try to just go in and take and hold those reactors so they can't get it back. And when their power is weakest, hit them with whatever's left behind. One of the flaws on this, and it's a kind of an AI I've been trying to figure out in my head. I haven't had the time really to focus on it, but I do like the AI challenge. There must be some way so I can program the teleporter that says, my guys are all gone now, power down. I mean, once you've sent over your people that are going to attack a ship, it's very annoying when you see your teleporter still using up those, was it 3 bars? 3 or 4? What's a teleporter use? Where are you hiding, Mr. Teleporter? You were hiding at the beginning, and I am a twit. There we go, 3 bars. So it's kind of annoying when they're holding on to those 3 bars and not releasing them, saying, my job is done. I have nothing more to teleport. So I got to work out an AI of some kind that says, power down, you're done. Power up only for the beginning, but when you've achieved this, shut down. And the question is, what is the this that I'm going to set it for? But I'm going to figure that out. If I do that, it makes the teleporter a much more viable option. Those 3 bars are trivially nothing. The problem is the enemy is also going to probably target my teleporter. And I've thought about that. Do I target the teleporter instead of the shield room? Concentrate all firepower? And it's also a possibility. I mean, the rock papers world, I'm dealing with, again, teleporter attacks. I'm happy with the missile setup, although they do need leveling up. They're a little bit low-B. And I'm sure I'll get a lot better pizzazz out of them once they're a little quicker, because the next upgrade, reload rate is a little bit faster, and the capacity goes up. That isn't as important, but it's the rate to reload. I don't know, not as much the rate of reload. I want it to the rate of, pew pew. How often does it fire? Is it maximum capacity? Manual command to minimum level and 9 capacity. I think that's how many it can hold. Reload rate, I think actually maybe in battle. Not the time it takes them to reload, like create new missiles, but the actual time to lock and load the next missile blast. So certainly raising that up makes the missiles just a little bit faster. So I got a couple of things to consider here. Do I keep this design and hit their teleporter? Actually, I think I'll experiment with that tonight. So we're going to reset our systems to go from shield. Well, the shield will still be there. If they have a teleporter, hit that. But if they don't, concentrate on the shield and we'll just move things along. The other problem I'm having, you see, is when you do change a bunch of things at the same time, you can never be exactly sure what worked and what didn't. You got to go a little bit slower and say, I want to fix all these things. Like all the AI I wanted to change. I didn't rush in and change them because I need to be sure that changing them is a good idea. I mean, I still don't have the second shield buster. The machine gun certainly wasn't doing that much damage. Those 5 points will be deactivated as soon as their shield goes down. So I get 5 points back to go to the pool for the ship. And there are early rushers in there to ensure that's a quick hit. They've all got their blue shirts on, so science will be maximized. They should do the most damage they can because this is a science-based... Where'd this word used to say science? Oh, that's nice. You can click on that and you get more information. Haha. I guess that's the iPad that tells me it's science-based. Anyway, so those are the crazy ideas I have for going in and taking down another ship or defending myself from another ship just for fun. Let's do another sample. This will round out the night with another quick attack. And are you going to hang up on me? No. PvP. Very, 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 very slowly. Baron, lower, level 9. We're just going to attack him. Meowa. Meow wow. Meow wow. Let's see what he's going to do. He's got better missiles than I do. The shields are going down quickly. I've got my shield blaster, but I'm also hitting him with lasers. They've also got the rushers on there. His shields are taking hits, which is what I designed. It's on fire to hurt the people. The junglers are hurting the people. Certainly, I'm not failing in my redesign. I'm hitting the shield room and killing their crew, which is what I wanted. And a jungler. Oh, that's slaughter. Meanwhile, back at the outhouse, I released the power, which is what I wanted. The shield room's down. He's trying to hit my shield room. I've got anti-borders, but in fact, I don't think he's beaming anybody over. So I need that logic that says, if you're not a teleporter, be a defense droid. I definitely appear to have an advantage on attack. I don't want my crew fixing rooms. I want the robots to do it. If the room's under fire, I want replaceable components to do the repairing, not my poor people. Get out of the shield room. That's for the robots. So I'm going to have to look at that logic for myself. So it definitely looks like you have a big advantage on the attack, and they basically matching it up so somebody can beat you on defense. Well, I'm greedy. I want to win defense. As I said, it may not be an appropriate sample. Certainly a satisfying one, though. So anyway, that's what I have for tonight. I'm not going to give up. We're going to press on. We're going to continue the rock, paper, scissors approach to find a way to survive these battles. I hope you're enjoying the show. I am going to continue to document the different rock, paper, scissors approaches I'm using. I will put them on the website. I would like to eventually get to the point where people start voting on the ones they think are appropriate or inappropriate, what's worked for them. Continue to write in, continue to put your comments. I want to see them. If you want to go to the website, it's www.pocketcaptains.com. And please, if you like the show and you want to see more, subscribe. I'm doing this to share my ideas and to share people are writing in and giving me ideas, and I'm sharing them back with you guys to make a better community, because I'm seeing a much better design on ships. You've seen them tonight. Some really well-designed ships are coming out of this thing, and it's just brilliant what people are coming up with. So I want to bring that to you. Subscribe to the show, like the show. It makes me feel good. And I really I'm getting a chuckle out of some of your comments. Some of the stuff you're putting in there is really good, very clever. And sometimes it's, well, you dunderhead, armor the room. Yeah, okay. You're making me think. And I thank you for that too. I thank you for listening, and I want to wish all of you to have a little bit of fun every day. Thank you for listening, everybody, and good night. Get more tips at pocketcaptains.com.